got a
There
fish.
you go, one. Is it?
I have no idea what it is.
Pretty good size, isn't it?
Well, it's late in the day and the sun's getting low. Caught me a big one, but let's go. Sure had fun.
Nice one.
Just
I think you do have one. That's some fish, Bobby. You gotta catch them pretty fast. The guy don't show up till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Go fishing. Well, I got one too. First hookup is through. Look at that. Through that jib. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. God, that's great. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there's one. Finally. We hit a lot of back in here before we got a bite. Fishing with my buddy Bobby Dennis. We're out here on a great spring morning. Thought we'd hit some of these ends. The ends will be better in the afternoon. We're going to do a little crappie fishing before the day's over also. Caught that on a Jimmy Houston Legend spinnerbait, Bobby. Fire Tiger color. Look at that fish. Ooh, that's a beauty right there. I hooked him outside the mouth. Look at there.
Huh.
Got him right below the eye. Did not put out his eye, I don't think, though. That's a good thing.
You slap at it.
At least that bass is agreeing that's a good thing. Boy, he is really hooked, though. I don't know how I'm going to get the hook out of him is the problem. Well, there we go. Good way to start right there. It's a cool morning. It was in the 30s this morning, but it's going to get up around 65 or something this afternoon. Typical spring day, cold at night, nice in the afternoon. Got to get out here and wear a jacket or long sleeves in the morning. In the afternoon, you're out here in short sleeves having a great time. That fish come up and busted that spinnerbait with it down about 6 inches. What I try to do on a spinnerbait early in the year like this is I try to catch them up on top because I love to see them come up and hit that bait. But then sometimes you don't get any bites, you have to drop it down. A good depth to run it's just right about where you can just barely see it or when it barely goes out of sight. I have a tendency to run them a lot higher if I can. Sometimes you can't get bites that way. You got fish?
Yep.
Crankbait or what?
No, jerkbait.
A jerkbait?
Yeah, that's a good one too.
They look like a pretty nice fish.
No, that's a real good one.
Is he? Is
Yeah.
he? I saw him. I saw a lot of white. I know that. How big a line you got on there?
14.
Oh, you're in good shape.
Yeah, I'm all right. I don't know who's got who.
That's what I'm wondering about. I think the fish caught you.
That's a good fish there.
He's about doing whatever he wants to do, isn't he?
Yeah, that's.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Look at here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. RC sticks?
Yep.
Yep. I love that bait. I catch a lot of fish on that bait.
I figured I'd get it up.
Look how fat he is.
I figured I'd work it along that moss line.
You'll break your rod doing that.
Nah.
I hope that's your rod, not mine.
I got a loose drag. I hate to get you like that,
I'm
fish.
just grabbing it like you did around close to the tip. Drag won't help you there.
No.
Well, it's a pretty fish. Jerk bait. Jerk bait. Well, water temperature is perfect. 56-degree water for jerk baits.
Nah.
From 40 on up to about 58.
I'll tell you what, those 3 trebles don't make me feel real good.
You need a needle nose.
Yeah.
Don't get them in your hands. So you got it. I don't want to have to get it out of you. I don't want to hear you crying.
Me either.
I've taken a lot of hooks out of people.
I have too.
I have a totally painless technique. I've never felt a thing. Any of them I've taken out, totally painless.
Yeah, that's nice.
You
Well,
might
how many?
want to, you got it? You might want to, while you have the pliers, you might want to smash those barbs down.
Yeah.
How far away from the bank did that fish hit?
About right on the edge of that moss line.
Yep. Was it paused when you got him or moving?
I stopped it. Guess what? You got
Another
another one.
fish?
Yeah, another one.
Oh, it's a bigger one than the last one,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's. I don't know. It's about the same.
About the same. About the same.
You know,
Guess what? I'm going to tie one on myself.
Whoa, here now.
Won't take me long to learn that trick. Won't take me long to look at a horseshoe, I promise you.
Yeah.
They don't get off of that thing very often. That's a good thing. It's amazing that they don't.
Well, you got 3
They really
hooks.
don't. Those little hooks those are small trebles, and they're so sharp. And once they get them, it's pretty hard for them to shake them. Of course, they got a light bait to try to throw anyway. All right, you catch one more. And I'm gonna join you in the jerkbait fest.
Well, when you said that water's 53, I thought, you know what?
Well, I didn't say 53, I said 56, but that's a good temperature for it too. Anything down below 58.
Yep. Come on now.
Definitely. You got your needle nose back there?
Yeah, but
Keep?
I got it.
You got it? I might start pausing and stopping my crankbait a little bit more. You haven't thrown that thing 15, 20 times, have you?
No. Well, yeah, I threw it in the middle of those trees a little bit.
This portion of Jimmy Houston Outdoors has been brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Jimmy Houston Outdoors, America's favorite fishing show, is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. By Mercury Marine, go boldly. By Soft Science, supreme comfort footwear for the angler. By shellrotella, the engine oil that works as hard as you do. And by Batteries, available exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ooh, got it. He swirled under it and missed it. He swirled under it, missed it, and came up and got it. I said, ooh, and then he came back and got it. I had that much line out. I saw him out there. Come up and hit it. Holy cow. Sound like a bomb dropped somewhere. Boy, he has got a mess of hooks in his mouth, that fish does. I mean, a mess of hooks. That's a pretty nice fish. That's bigger than anything you caught, isn't it, Bobby?
I don't think so.
Huh?
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think
Look at that fish. I mean, that's a real fish there.
That fish weigh every bit of 2 pounds.
Yeah, 2 pounds hind end. I need to buy some needle nose. Oh, wait a minute. I have some right here if they're open. They're not real good needle nose. Oh, he's only got two trebles in him. This is not a very good needle nose right here. There's no needle on the nose.
Here, you want these?
Yeah. Those are a little bit better, I think. Thank you, sir. Turn loose that fish. Boy, I love catching them on a jerkbait because
too.
They just don't get off very often. And it's just one of those baits that, those are tiny hooks, which is part of the secret to a good jerkbait, is small hooks. They actually hook fish a lot better than the big hooks. That's a big fish right there. That's a, there's some good sugar.
2 pounds.
Really nice fish.
Well, he made a big splash for a 2 pounder.
He's twice that. What are you talking about, man? Twice that. He was twice that 2 pounds.
Oh, there's one.
Yep. We'll get down that grass.
Get out of that grass.
Ooh, that's a good fish. Ooh, that is a good fish.
Get out
Oh,
of there.
aren't they pretty in this clear water? Man, that's a gorgeous fish. You don't get many times in March when it's slick like this either.
No.
That wind, maybe it's going to change back to the south. It's died down pretty good. That's a big good fish right there.
Come here.
That's a 5 pound plus right there, man. You know, you're gonna break your rod if you try to lift him in with your rod. I'm telling you.
I know.
You want me to get him for you? Go get him.
Where's our net?
We don't have a net. What do you need a net for?
It's hard on the old man. Come here.
You're not used to catching that big a fish, are you? Woo! Looky there.
Look at that.
Look at the belly on that mama.
Whew.
My goodness. Oh, you got your needle nose back there. I was about to give you my needle nose. You have your own, don't you?
I got mine.
Like a Boy Scout, come prepared. Isn't that a pretty fish?
I'd like a picture of that.
Full of eggs.
Yeah.
I will take a picture of that fish.
Isn't that pretty?
Gorgeous fish.
Yeah, I'm not.
I thought you had him unhooked. You still don't have him unhooked?
But I have them unhooked.
Oh, you want to leave it in there?
Yeah.
Oh, You'd think you make those. Hey, look here at me. Oh, shit, you're terrible.
That's good.
Okay.
Let's get him back.
Hey, never mind.
Shoo.
All right.
Yeah.
Way to go. Bobby, I think you're doing the jerkbait jiggle. Yeah, baby. It's a pretty nice fish there, I believe. Oh, yeah, it's a good fish. I see a lot of fish down there in that clear water. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Got a mouthful of RC. That's bigger than the one you just caught, isn't it? Huh?
No, not as bigger than that.
Ah!
What did you just tell me?
It's not quite as big as that one you caught. It's a pretty dang nice fish, though. Woo, pretty nice fish. See that one little piece of skin right there. Now I hooked him up here again. Look at that big rascal. Look at that belly. Will you look at that belly? Holy smokes. Look at the belly on that girl. Look how broad it is. That's a big fish. I think it did weigh more than yours. Huh?
You always do.
Jimmy's Look Back is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time.
He's the biggest one I believe I've caught
Yep,
today.
that's a good one. Boy, I tell you what, there ain't nothing like catching them
right.
bass in that clear water, is it? Isn't it pretty?
Hey.
Don't fall out of the boat now. If you fall out of the boat, you want me to fetch you or the fish out?
Catch that reel and rod. Zipped up there. Oh boy.
He done opened his mouth one time. He don't want to open it anymore, does he?
That's right. All right.
Oh, that's a pretty fish. Pretty bass.
Yeah, he's not as huge as I thought he might be there at first, but he's a
felt
pretty,
bigger than that pulling out there, didn't he?
pretty good fish
Well,
at
there
that.
ain't nothing wrong
though.
with that kind of fish.
No, sir.
I'd take them all day long, every day for the rest of my life. Probably live to be 100.
That was right nice, Mr. Houston. Enjoyed that.
That's kind of what it's all about.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Hey,
Not a bad
that's one of
fish.
the better ones,
Not a bad
Mr.
fish.
Houston. I wish you'd keep him up on your end of the boat. He's splashing water on me. Got water on my glasses.
He could get loose right now and it wouldn't bother me. If it's a tournament, he would. Yeah. God, he was stuck. Nice fish. I'm gonna tell you what, I think we have got him figured out.
Hey, Jim.
Nailed him, didn't you? Boy,
Fish
aren't they
coming
wild?
in here.
I mean, they are wild. How many fish have we caught off that one log?
No, but here's one more. Hey, boy.
He got you on your knees, doesn't he?
Yes, he did.
What you gonna do? Now, you can't count him as two just because you did that.
Oh,
Huh?
no, I guess I won't do that. He's just a little bigger than I thought there. Yeah.
Nice fish.
Well, wouldn't you be proud of them in a tournament, Jim?
Would
as
I
many as
ever.
we've caught, wouldn't you like to have enough places to last 3 days
Yeah.
at every tournament like
I'd
that?
like to have that log, 3 logs just like that for every tournament. Just use one each
One
day.
a day. One a day brand logs.
Jimmy's Look Back has been brought to you by Ranger Boats.
There's a fish. There's a fish on that swimming minnow. Let's see what this guy is. Felt like a big old crappie when he bit. Oh, talk about a big old crappie. Look at that. Bobby and I have changed gears. We moved out to the middle of the lake and tried to fish on some edges and some drops, try to catch some big crappie. Bobby's got a new bait here. It's a swimming minnow. We've got on a little dart head jig by Lucky Strike, and that is a big crappie, sports fans. I mean, a big crappie. Look at that crappie. Will you look at that crappie? He's got that minnow down in his throat. Look at that fish. What do you think about that, Bobby?
Looks like about
Full of eggs, full of eggs. We're gonna turn that girl back. You look at this little bait right here. This little dart head jig. This a little 1/8 ounce jig, and this little minnow though is the secret. That little minnow, it's got a real good hook in it, which I love. So if you get a big bass on there, which you will if you're fishing these, you're going to get bass on there. You see the way that tail is blowing around in the wind? I want to show you what it looks like in the water. It looks like about like it looks like what's blowing around in the wind. It actually doesn't go back and forth like a lot of tails. It spins like this. So when you bring it through the water, it's just the most dynamite thing. I mean, moving it slow, very, very slow. It's the most dynamite thing you've ever seen. Doesn't matter what kind of jig head you put it on. It's one of the most dynamite killing crappie trailers you could ever imagine. Look at this thing in the water. I'm just going to put it down in the water and just drag it along right there. Look at that thing. Look at that tail. Is that amazing or what?
If you look at a bait fish, like a brim on the bed, his tail's doing this. It's not doing this.
Yeah.
And that's what that looks like in the water. It looks like it's doing this.
I caught him that time, though. That's what I thought, big crappie.
Is it?
There may be several of them right there. I got a hit and I missed it, and then I got a really hard thump. Now I pitched that one, just pitched it right back down there, and he swallowed it. Big old black crappie. Big old giant black crappie. Right off to the edge of that tree. Oh, it's gone, city. One of the things you got to be careful of doing this when these fish are swallowing, and I've got braid on my spinning reel here, 20-pound high seas braid. I've got 10-pound fluorocarbon coated leader on it, and you got to be kind of careful as a male where those teeth are hitting that when those fish swallow that bait like they're eating it right now, because pretty soon your 10-pound line will actually be about a 4-pound test, and you'll break one off. So. I'm telling you what, we're just what you call pretty much smoking them. I'm telling you, they're pretty much smoking them. That's another bass.
You think?
Another big bass, yeah, I think.
On the spinning rod, I don't think they know they're hooked right off the bat.
Yeah.
I can't get him up.
They know it sooner or later. Bobby, I noticed that when we rig these, the little curly tail is up, but on most, well, when you rig them with the curly tail down.
Where'd it go, Jimmy?
Is that that's a pretty big difference, and
it is, but
that might be part of the reason why it's got so much action.
Look at that.
Oh, that's a big bass. Oh, that's a big bass. You get off?
No. I'm gonna tell you something else though. That an old man told me, and I showed it to
Back
some
when
people.
you were young, an old man told you?
I got a fish wearing me out here while you're yapping at me.
Jimmy Houston Outdoors is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabelas. Your adventure starts here. By High Seas, when the money's on the line. By Jackson Kayak, Advantage Fisherman. By Orioncoolers, never lose your cool. And by Lucky Strike, where preparation and opportunity collide. Houston's Helpful Hints is brought to you by Jimmy Houston High-Tech Performance Fishing Rods.
When you're fishing these little swimming minnow baits, well, the key thing to do is make sure you get them straight on there. And I haven't been doing it today, and these stay up on these baits real good because this little dart head jig is one of the best little jigs. It's flat on both sides, so it glides through the water real smoothly. It's got the hook eyes up on top, which makes it run perfectly straight all the time. It's got red eyes, which obviously red's the color the fish can see best in most shallow water applications. But if you'll just take a little spot of super glue or Gorilla Glue super glue and put on there before you slide that bait up, it'll stay up and you won't have any problem. It's got a little barb on it. Here's another thing you want to make sure of. When you come out, make sure you come out dead in the center of this bait. Don't come out one side to the other. So when you put it on there, make sure you come out dead in the center of that bait. Try to get it where it's right down about just about a quarter of an inch or so from the tail. And you want this tail up. Now it's easy to do on this bait because if it's just like a minnow's up, the tail will automatically be up on it. Now in order to fish this thing, all you want to do is it's like slow rolling the bait. In other words, just like you're slow rolling the spinnerbait. So in slow rolling, all you're doing, slow rolling is not talking about the bait, it's talking about your reel. You're slow rolling like here. You're rolling slowly, letting that bait drop. If you feel it touch something or hit the bottom, raise the rod tip just a little bit, and then speed up just a little bit, and that'll glide. Now, if you want to just continually wind, you're going to keep that bait about the same depth. So let's say you want to fish at about 5 foot, and throw the thing out there and let it fall about 5 foot, and then just keep it steady all the way back. You can pop your rod just a little bit. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Watch your contour, watch your locator all the time, but how far are you away from the bank? And as you're getting into deeper water, just slow down a little bit, let it drop. You can always pause that bait. The one thing about that bait is you don't have to fish the bait. The bait is fishing itself. So even if you're working really, really slowly with that swimming minnow, you can just stop, let it fall, and hit the bottom if you want. Stop, let it fall, hit the bottom, wind it a little bit. If I hit any grass, I like to pop it, like that right there, to pop the grass off of it and to keep it clean. A lot of times when you do that is when the thing goes ahead and boom, you'll get a bite. Swimming minnow, easy and very, very effective.
Let him go. I sure had fun just watching him stretch my line.